Malaysia reopened its boundaries to travelers in April, prior to dropping all immunization and PCR test prerequisites in August. However, almost a year since hailing the arrival of worldwide guests, Malaysia's tourism area isn't just battling yet playing catch-up to its Southeast Asian companions. Malaysia invited around 3 million guests in 2022, up from 134,728 guests the earlier year, as per Tourism Malaysia. The admission was just around 12% of the number that showed up in 2019. Thailand, Singapore and Indonesia, which invited 10 million, 4.6 million and 4.58 million guests, separately, saw appearances return to around one-fourth of pre-pandemic levels. Vietnam's 3.6 million unfamiliar guests, albeit shy of the public authorities' objective, was around one-fifth of its admission in 2019. Vacationer industry figures have offered a scope of clarifications for Malaysia's powerless bounce back from the pandemic contrasted and its neighbors, from unfortunate expense seriousness to the country's standing as a closed-up, dominatingly Islamic society. Tourism Malaysia declined to remark. Recently, the Malaysian Islamic Party-backed state government in Kedah, home to the well-known obligation-free hotel island Langkawi, caused nerves in the tourism area when it drifted a potential prohibition on liquor deals. Malaysia as of now has a portion of the world's most noteworthy liquor burdens and forces brutal disciplines for drug offenses, including capital punishment for dealing. Adjoining Thailand, in the meantime, has gained notoriety for having an open-minded mentality towards indecencies, decriminalizing marijuana in June 2022. Wilkinson, who moved his buoyancy treatment business to Indonesia's Bali to exploit the higher traveler numbers and what he said was more trustworthy work, said Malaysia couldn't stand to be smug about its appeal to unfamiliar guests. In East Malaysia, which is isolated from peninsular Malaysia by the South China Ocean, there are signs that tourism is bouncing back a lot quicker. Administrators there have profited from a specialty market of high-spending Westerners searching out tropical experiences in Malaysia's eastern states on the island of Borneo, which is famous for its untamed life and pristine nature. For those with less to spend, travel and convenience costs in Borneo, which are at their most elevated in years, could off-put. The more exorbitant costs incorporate licenses to climb Mount Kinee balloon, Malaysia's most elevated top, remaining at 4,095 meters, 13,435 feet, which this month multiplied from 200 ringgit to 400 ringgit, $46 to $92. When added to the expenses of guides, food, and convenience, the least expensive bundles to handle the highest point come to about $550 per individual. While Sabah is by and large modest external preservation regions, just a portion of the state's safeguarded parks are advanced by specialists as the principal selling focuses for guests. For the overwhelming majority different administrators, the arrival of Chinese and South Korean guests, the greatest associate of guests to Sabah before the pandemic, will be essential to their fortunes in the approaching year. Organizations, specifically, are keeping an ear by watch on China's resuming of its lines last week following 3 years of worldwide disconnection. In any case, some inside the area have misgivings of any handy solution to the area's battles.